Come, let us prepare, make some good profits today. Market left us very big clues right here. I want to show you what to be preparing for. Massive liquidity here. Upper Bollinger already met. You have to know what you're doing because there is a big move coming right here. But before that, intraday analysis, now it's quite straightforward. 941 right here. You see the pink algorithm that started to form. Now, we identified this very important pink algorithm and this very important resistance at yellow 639 right here. So this was quite a straightforward ZOMI trade, and this trade alone managed to get 300% trade with very little risk because of a spread that I took, and all within the first half an hour. If you know what you're doing, take some risks. That's worth taking. Little risks, but yet you still can manage big rewards because of a zombie trader waiting for. In this case, we're waiting for the head to start forming because we identified the pink algorithm building some liquidity right here. Now, I mentioned very importantly at 10:14 that you have to wait for the pink algorithm to start rebuilding liquidity. And you see how the liquidity has been built right here. And you see the pink algorithm building liquidity, giving us the beautiful trade up right here. Now, you have to remember that this hasn't broken the Magenta, right? And here it hasn't broken Magenta absolutely at all. So once it started forming the head, and I mentioned why this head was important, because we closed the macro cup. I will show you that later, and we were just waiting for a handle here. So if you remember, I talked about this macro cup has to close at about 640, and we are just waiting for that handle to start forming in terms of some microstructure. And you see the microstructure that started forming here. This was exactly why we were waiting for the handle, and I mentioned that as well. Now, thereafter we started trending up in that Magenta algorithm all the way up right here. Now, I want to ask you a question. Is there any reason to short this? Absolutely not yet, because we do not have the liquidity that's being grabbed. You don't see the Magenta that's being broken. So you just have to be very mindful not to front run any trades right here now. But however, the market left us very, very big clues here. I want to talk about that later in this video. And please remember that trading is a lifelong skill. So be it if you missed any trades today, especially when it started grinding up. You have to learn to develop the right habits and the right system so you can do